There is a deep wisdom that resides within your body. Every cell, every function, is guided by a code, a natural intelligence that knows how to heal, to renew, and to glow. But just like the mind, the body needs the right input, the right fuel, the right awareness. True beauty begins with inner balance and conscious nourishment. This idea is often overlooked in a world focused on surface solutions. Many people seek beauty in creams, in makeup, or in surgical interventions, but the truth is that the foundation of lasting beauty is laid much deeper. It starts from the choices we make every day, what we eat, how we think, how we feel, and how we live. When the body is in balance, when every system is working in harmony, when every organ is functioning with vitality and calm, it reflects on the outside. The skin, being the largest organ, does not lie. It is the visual result of our internal ecosystem. If we feed ourselves junk, if we stress constantly, if we sleep poorly and live in a state of disconnection, our skin shows it. No expensive cream can cover the story your cells are telling. But when you begin to understand that true beauty begins from within, you unlock a different kind of power. It is not about chasing perfection, but aligning with nature. Conscious nourishment means being aware of what you allow into your body, not just physically, but emotionally and mentally as well. Every bite you take sends a message to your body. That message either tells your body to repair, restore, and glow, or to defend, inflame, and deteriorate. Vitamins are not merely optional additions to a diet. They are messengers of health, catalysts of transformation. When you give your body the nutrients it truly needs, you allow it to return to its natural state of brilliance. Inner balance is created not only through food, but through stillness, through breathing, through mindful movement, and through understanding your body's rhythm. Stress is one of the greatest enemies of beauty. Chronic stress floods the body with cortisol, imbalances the hormones, disrupts digestion, and steals the radiance from your face. But a calm mind cultivates a calm body, and a calm body glows. Water, sleep, breath, and thoughts. These are the pillars that work alongside vitamins to shape your appearance. You may take all the supplements in the world, but if your mind is constantly negative, if your breath is shallow, and your sleep is disrupted, the effect will never be whole. Conscious nourishment is about synergy. It is about knowing when to eat, what to eat, and how to eat. It is about slowing down to listen to your body's true needs. Sometimes the skin breaks out not because of what we eat, but because of emotions not yet healed. Sometimes dullness is not a lack of vitamin C, but a lack of joy. So conscious nourishment is both science and soul. True beauty also requires discipline, not punishment, but consistent loving care. It is easy to chase trends and try new products every week, but the deeper work is found in routine. In staying consistent with your vitamins, your water, your mindset. It is found in treating your body not as a machine, but as a temple. A sacred place that carries your spirit. And when you treat your body with such honor, it rewards you with clarity, strength, and glow. Nature has already given us what we need. The vitamins in fruits, in vegetables, in herbs, in sunlight. These are not accidents. They are aligned perfectly with our biology. When you choose a colorful plate of whole foods, you are choosing life. When you choose processed, synthetic, lifeless options, you are choosing the opposite. Inner balance is not about restriction. It is about connection. When you eat with awareness, you naturally desire what is good for you. You stop seeing health as a chore and start feeling it as a gift. Every time you nourish yourself well, your body says thank you, not with words, but with glowing skin, clear eyes, and vibrant energy. True beauty begins with understanding that your worth is not defined by the mirror, but by your vitality. The world will always try to sell you more. More products, more fixes, more illusions. But when you cultivate inner peace, you no longer need to chase anything. You realize that beauty is not something you apply, it's something you awaken. You begin to move through the world differently, with presence, with gratitude, with grace. And that inner state becomes visible. People will ask you what product you're using, and you will smile knowing it's not a product. It's a practice. It's a way of living. This path is not a shortcut. It takes time. It takes honesty. It takes patience. But it is the only path that leads to beauty that lasts, not just for a photo, not just for a season, but for a lifetime. So when you begin to focus on conscious nourishment, you are not just feeding the body, you are nourishing the soul. And that is where beauty truly begins, in awareness, in harmony, in love. Because no external glow can compare to the light that shines from someone who is whole from within. Vitamins are not supplements, they are silent teachers of cellular harmony. In every drop of nature's design, there is intelligence. That intelligence is not loud. It does not shout or demand attention. It works quietly, consistently, and with great wisdom. Each vitamin plays a specific role, like instruments in an orchestra, contributing to a larger, beautiful composition called health. When the body receives these elements in the right amount, at the right time, the music of the body flows in balance. When they are missing or neglected, the harmony is lost and the body begins to signal distress. Through fatigue, through dullness, through inflammation, through aging skin. These are not signs of failure, but signs of misalignment. The body is not punishing you. It is trying to tell you something. And the vitamins are the language through which healing begins to speak again. Vitamin A, for example, is often associated with vision, but its deeper gift is cellular renewal. It teaches your skin to let go of the old and bring forth the new. Vitamin C is often linked with immunity, but it is also the builder of collagen. It gives your skin its strength and elasticity. It teaches your body resilience, the power to rebuild. Vitamin E is the guardian, the protector. It neutralizes oxidative stress and shields your cells from harm. It teaches your body how to defend itself with grace. Then there is vitamin D, the sunlight vitamin, which doesn't just strengthen your bones, it awakens your inner fire. It is a messenger of mood, energy, and hormone balance. It teaches you to stay connected with the natural world. B complex vitamins are the silent workers of energy, metabolism, and skin tone. They teach the body to transform food into usable power. Each of these vitamins is more than just a nutrient. It is a teacher, a guide, a reminder of how the body was meant to function in its natural state. We often think of supplements as optional, as a backup plan. But when the body lacks these essential messengers, it loses its sense of rhythm. The skin becomes the first to reflect this imbalance. You may notice breakouts, dryness, or early wrinkles, but these are not the problem. They are symptoms. The root cause is always internal. When cells are hungry for harmony and not receiving it, they begin to slow down, to struggle, to signal through discomfort. When you give the body what it truly needs, not too much, not too little, but just enough, you allow it to remember its original intelligence. You are not forcing the body to do something unnatural. You are simply giving it the tools to do what it already knows how to do: heal, grow, and glow. What many people don't realize is that the power of vitamins is not just in the dose. It is in the absorption. It is not enough to take a pill or add a powder. The body must be ready to receive. Digestion must be strong. The gut must be balanced. The liver must be clear. This is why harmony is not about individual parts. It is about the whole. A body in a state of stress cannot absorb well. A body in a state of rest, however, becomes like fertile soil, ready to receive the seed of nourishment. The skin is not just a passive surface. It is a reflection of the internal terrain. When vitamins flow into the bloodstream, when they reach the cells and are welcomed, a transformation begins to unfold. Not immediately, but gradually, like a flower turning toward the sun. This is why patience is essential. Vitamins are not like quick fixes. They don't rush. They integrate. They take time to build reserves, to repair what was broken, to teach the cells to function again in alignment with life. When you understand this, you begin to treat your health differently. You stop expecting instant changes, and you start committing to consistency. You begin to see the process not as a task, but as a relationship. The relationship between you and your body, between your choices and your results, between your intention and your outcome. And when that relationship is built on respect and listening, the body responds in kind. There is a reason why people who eat whole foods, who spend time in nature, who sleep deeply, and who live with purpose tend to glow. They are not chasing beauty. They are living in alignment. Their cells are not confused. Their systems are not overwhelmed. Their skin is simply expressing the harmony that already exists inside. The secret is not in adding more, but in returning to the basics. A fresh orange rich in vitamin C is more powerful than a synthetic pill when taken with presence. A handful of almonds, full of vitamin E, carries the wisdom of a tree. A moment in the sun, allowing vitamin D to enter the skin, is a healing ritual when done with awareness. These moments, repeated day after day, create a new rhythm, a rhythm of nourishment, of trust, of deep internal alignment. The role of vitamins is not isolated. They are part of a larger intelligence that governs how the body heals. Each vitamin supports the function of others. They are collaborators, not competitors. When you get enough vitamin C, you improve your body's ability to use iron. When you balance vitamin D, you improve calcium absorption. When you take B complex, you support nerve health and mental clarity. This is not a mechanical system. It is a living orchestra. And just like music, when one note is missing or out of tune, the whole composition feels off. The beauty of vitamins is that they help retune the body. Gently, silently, powerfully. So when you see your skin beginning to glow, when you feel your energy rising, when your sleep becomes deep and your thoughts become clear, remember that it was not magic. It was harmony. It was the quiet work of invisible teachers inside you, showing you the path back to balance. And the more you trust this path, the less you rely on things outside of you. You realize that beauty is not something you buy. It is something you cultivate, day by day, choice by choice, thought by thought. That is the message of the vitamins. They do not promise miracles. They offer guidance. And when you follow that guidance, you begin to live in tune with the intelligence of life itself. Glowing skin is a reflection of mindful living, not just good products. We live in a time where the skincare industry offers countless solutions. Serums, creams, toners, and masks, all promising radiance and transformation. While these products may provide temporary benefits, the true essence of glowing skin cannot be bottled. It is born from the inside out, shaped by every decision we make in our daily lives. Skin responds not only to what we apply externally, but more importantly to how we treat ourselves internally. It mirrors our stress levels, our sleep quality, our hydration, our emotions, and the food we eat. When the inner world is chaotic, the outer world cannot shine with clarity. Skin does not lie. It faithfully reflects the truth of our inner condition. Mindful living is about awareness. It is the practice of becoming deeply present with the body, the mind, and the choices we make every single day. It means eating not just for taste, but for nourishment. It means pausing to listen to the body's needs instead of ignoring its signals. Glowing skin is not a lucky gift for a few. It is the natural outcome of a body that is nourished, respected, and supported with intention. Each time we choose clean, nutrient-rich foods over processed junk, we send a message of care. Each time we rest when the body asks for it, instead of pushing through exhaustion, we honor our biology. Each time we drink enough water, we give the skin what it needs to cleanse and hydrate from within. These small decisions build upon each other, creating an environment where radiance can emerge naturally. The connection between stress and skin is especially powerful. Chronic stress raises cortisol levels, which can lead to inflammation, breakouts, dryness, and accelerated aging. When we live mindlessly, rushing, multitasking, constantly in survival mode, the body remains in a state of fight or flight. Digestion slows down. Nutrient absorption is compromised. Blood flow is directed away from the skin. Over time, this shows up as dullness, uneven tone, and a tired appearance. But when we cultivate mindfulness, through breathing, stillness, and conscious slowing down, the body shifts into a state of repair. The nervous system calms. Hormones rebalance. Cells regenerate. And the skin begins to glow again, not because of a cream, but because of the inner environment that allows it to thrive. Sleep is another cornerstone of mindful living. During deep sleep, the body goes into a state of renewal. Growth hormone is released. Cellular repair accelerates. The skin gets a chance to heal, to breathe, to reset. But many people sacrifice sleep in favor of productivity, stimulation, or distraction. They stay awake under artificial light, scrolling on screens, overstimulating the mind while starving the body of rest. No product can replace the glow that comes from 7 to 8 hours of restful, uninterrupted sleep. It is during these hours that the body integrates, detoxifies, and rebuilds. The glow seen in the morning is the result of that inner work. It is not artificial. It is earned through the discipline of rest. Movement is another layer of mindful living that contributes to glowing skin. Regular physical activity improves circulation, which helps deliver oxygen and nutrients to skin cells. Sweating helps eliminate toxins. Movement also boosts mood and reduces stress, both of which have a direct effect on the skin's appearance. But movement done with awareness, such as yoga, tai chi, walking in nature, offers even more benefits. It aligns the body and mind, enhances breathing, and creates a deeper sense of inner calm. The result is visible. The face becomes more relaxed, the eyes clearer, the skin more vibrant. Mindful movement is not about burning calories. It is about awakening life force and allowing it to flow through the body. What we consume also affects the glow of our skin, and mindful living transforms eating into a sacred ritual rather than a mindless act. When we eat with gratitude, we digest better. When we chew slowly and appreciate each bite, we activate enzymes that support the breakdown and assimilation of nutrients. When we choose foods rich in vitamins A, C, E, and healthy fats, we give the skin the tools it needs to repair and shine. But mindful eating also means avoiding the trap of emotional eating, reaching for sugar, salt, or caffeine when we are actually tired, sad, or overwhelmed. Mindfulness invites us to pause, to ask what we really need, and to respond with compassion rather than reaction. Emotional well-being is deeply connected to the skin. Unresolved emotions, such as anger, guilt, sadness, or anxiety, can manifest physically. The skin may break out, become sensitive, or lose its luster. When we suppress emotions, we create inner tension. Mindful living encourages emotional honesty. It asks us to feel fully, to process what arises, and to let go of what no longer serves us. This inner cleansing is just as important as any detox juice or facial scrub. A heart that is at peace creates a body that glows. And skin that glows is not just smooth. It carries a kind of light, a softness, a peace that cannot be faked. Even our environment plays a role. Air quality, exposure to nature, the energy of the spaces we live and work in. All of these influence our nervous system, which in turn affects the skin. Spending time in natural light, breathing fresh air, walking barefoot on grass, these are not luxuries. They are forms of medicine. They reset the body's rhythms and replenish what urban life often drains. A mindful life pays attention to these small details. It honors the connection between the outer world and the inner one. Ultimately, glowing skin is not the goal. It is the result of a life lived in alignment with nature, with rhythm, with care. When we stop treating health as a task and start seeing it as a relationship, everything changes. The skin stops being a source of insecurity and becomes a reflection of self-respect. Mindful living is not a trend. It is a return to the wisdom of the body, the intelligence of nature, and the truth that beauty is not something we apply. It is something we create from within. When we live with intention, love, and balance, our skin simply follows. And that glow, born from mindfulness, is the most authentic beauty there is. When the body receives what it truly needs, it expresses health as radiance. This is not a poetic statement. It is a biological truth. The body is designed to thrive when given the right conditions. Every cell, every tissue, every organ has its own intelligence and rhythm. When you nourish the body with the correct nutrients, the right hydration, enough rest, and a calm state of mind, it responds by performing its functions with ease and clarity. One of the most visible signs of this internal well-being is the condition of the skin. The skin is not separate from the rest of the body. It is deeply connected to every process within. When the systems within are operating in harmony, the skin becomes the mirror that reflects that inner state. It glows not because it is forced to, but because it is healthy. That glow is the language of balance. Radiance is not an external goal. It is a natural outcome. It cannot be faked or bought. You can apply makeup or skincare products, but those can only enhance what already exists. They cannot create what is missing inside. True radiance arises when your body's needs are met at the foundational level. That includes vitamins, minerals, healthy fats, antioxidants, clean water, and enough oxygen through breath and movement. But it also includes emotional nourishment, mental peace, and a sense of safety. The body operates at its best not in survival mode, but in a state of trust and stability. When the nervous system is calm, the digestive system works better. When digestion improves, nutrient absorption increases. When nutrients are absorbed effectively, the cells are energized. And when cells are energized, they perform their roles with brilliance, including those responsible for skin regeneration and repair. So often people focus only on what to take or what to apply, forgetting that the body also needs what is not seen. It needs rest. It needs stillness. It needs connection. It needs love. Health is not just about what goes into the mouth. It is about the quality of life you are living. Are you eating in a rush or with gratitude? Are you listening to your hunger cues or ignoring them to meet deadlines? Are you sleeping in darkness and silence, or are you surrounded by noise and distraction? These are not small things. They affect how your body receives what you give it. Even the most nutrient-rich food will not create radiance if your body is unable to relax enough to absorb and utilize it. The body speaks a very simple language. It says yes to what supports life and no to what creates chaos. It thrives on rhythm. It wants consistency, not extremes. When you consistently feed your body real, whole, nutrient-dense food, you give it the building blocks it needs to renew, detoxify, and rejuvenate. When you hydrate regularly with pure water, you support your lymphatic system, your kidneys, your gut, and your skin. When you move your body gently and regularly, you promote circulation, oxygen delivery, and stress release. When you breathe deeply and consciously, you regulate your nervous system, helping every organ function in balance. These habits may seem simple, but they create powerful shifts over time. The body does not need perfection. It needs consistency. There is also a direct link between emotional fulfillment and physical radiance. When you live in alignment with your values, when you express your truth, when you surround yourself with people who uplift you, your body feels safe. That sense of emotional safety translates into hormonal balance. Cortisol, insulin, and sex hormones all respond to your internal emotional climate, and hormones play a massive role in the appearance of your skin. Breakouts, dryness, premature aging, puffiness. These are often not caused by products, but by inner imbalances that begin with emotional suppression or overwhelm. When you allow joy, when you process sadness, when you let go of resentment, you are not just healing the heart. You are allowing the body to return to harmony. And that harmony is expressed through glowing skin, steady energy, and mental clarity. Sunlight is another powerful contributor. Just a few minutes of sunlight every day, especially in the morning, helps regulate circadian rhythms, boost vitamin D production, and elevate mood. Vitamin D is crucial for skin health, immunity, and hormonal function. The body does not require much of it, but it does require it consistently. The same goes for movement. You don't need intense exercise. A daily walk, some stretching, or mindful movement is enough to keep the lymphatic system flowing and detoxification active. Detoxification is not a one-time event. It is a daily process supported by hydration, movement, and proper nutrition. And the cleaner the body is on the inside, the clearer and brighter the skin appears on the outside. Another key is to understand the difference between hunger and craving. True hunger arises when the body needs fuel. Cravings often arise when the mind needs comfort. When the body is truly nourished, cravings for sugar, caffeine, or processed food begin to fade. The body becomes more attuned to natural foods, colors, and textures. You begin to desire what is good for you, not just what is stimulating. This shift does not happen overnight, but it begins with awareness. The more you practice listening to your body, the more clearly it speaks. It tells you what works and what doesn't, not through pain, but through peace. Radiance is also about letting go of the belief that you are broken, letting go of the pressure to be perfect, letting go of the need to control every outcome. When the body is held with love, it responds with trust. When you stop punishing it with harsh routines or toxic thoughts, it softens. And in that softness, there is strength, there is beauty, there is resilience. A glowing face is not just a result of good genes. It is often a result of emotional freedom, of mental peace, and of a lifestyle rooted in self-respect. The body is not your enemy. It is your partner. It wants to heal. It wants to thrive. It wants to express its full potential when you give it what it truly needs, not out of fear, but out of love. It shows you what it is capable of. And what it is capable of is far more beautiful than any product can provide. True health does not hide. It shines. It communicates. It invites others into a state of possibility. That is what real radiance is. Not just the absence of blemishes, but the presence of life, of energy, of light. That light already exists within you. It only needs the right conditions to come alive. And when it does, no filter, no makeup, no treatment can compare. Because nothing is more beautiful than a body in harmony with itself. A body that is nourished, honored, and heard. A body that has been given what it truly needs.